Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over some bucket list coasters that I really want to ride. And we're not going to be doing like a tier list because I haven't ridden them and I don't know how they ride, but I'll just like go over a bunch of them that I want to ride. So anyway, let's get into it. So first we have Zadra. It's a really tall RMC. It looks like it has great airtime, great pacing, really fast. It looks to be a really well-rounded ride, and I'm really excited to get on it when I can. I'm not going to ride it anytime soon because it's in Europe, but when I get on it, I think it'll be a really good ride. Anyway, so next, going from one RMC Hyper Hybrid to another, we got Steel Vengeance. And Steel Vengeance is kind of like Zadra, except it has more airtime. It's a little shorter, I think, and it also looks like a really fast-paced and relentless ride that I'm sure will deliver great airtime and, again, a really well-rounded ride. Finally, the third RMC Hyper Hybrid, Iron Gwazi. Yeah, pretty much whatever I said about the other RMC Hyper Hybrids. It doesn't have as much airtime as Steel Vengeance, but it looks like it has really good airtime, and that death roll looks like it's insane. And so next, I'm gonna say T-Express. I mean, it looks crazy. I haven't heard much about it because nobody really goes to South Korea for coasters, but it looks like it could be like El Toro on steroids, and it could deliver some great airtime. I don't know, I'll have to ride it to find out, but yeah, it looks like it has a lot of airtime. I know I said airtime way too much. So next, a non-airtime based coaster, which is Ride to Happiness and Time Traveler. I mean, they're pretty similar, so I'm just going to group them together. So, yeah, they look like they have like a really out-of-control experience. It looks kind of weird, but also really fun. Like, kind of like a Vekoma Boomerang, because like you go backwards through inversions, but this time you can go like sideways, and it's not rough. And it looks like it has a really good out-of-control experience that's very unpredictable. Next we have Twisted Colossus, another RMC. But it seems to be really, really cool if it duels. It has great airtime. It has great moments of like interaction with the other track, and it also seems really good. Next, Aizenika. No, I'm not going to say X2 because Aizenika is just bigger and better. Aizenika's taller, faster. And it's a free spin, but I guess more controlled, because it is controlled. And it looks like it could be a crazy, out-of-control ride. And it's not going to deliver much airtime, but I don't know, it just seems crazy. And I've heard crazy reviews about it in X2 and Dynaconda and stuff. And I don't know, it might be one of the only coasters to scare me. Next we have, Puff's Little Fire, nothing, never mind. So next we have, Wildcat's Revenge, which pretty much what I said about Twisted Colossus, but taller, but it's not a dueling RMC. Yeah, and then we have Diamondback. Diamondback I've heard is the best B&M Hyper. It looks like to have great airtime, and it has staggered seating, so it looks like you get whipped over that first drop, like at crazy speeds. You get maybe ejector airtime on a B&M Hyper. But, yeah. And so next we go back to RMC again, but this time not for their hyper hybrids or anything, because we already talked about all the hyper hybrids. But we're not doing a hybrid. We are going to their single rail model, the original ones. So Railblazer and Wonder Woman. And I've heard those have like the best pacing in the world. And they're like crazy intense. And they have really good forces. And I've ridden Jersey Devil, but I've heard Jersey Devil sucks compared to that. So, yeah. And so next is a coaster that's pretty close to home for me. We have Superman the Ride at Six Flags New England. And it seems really good. It looks like it has really good ejector airtime. Looks like it has a really good layout. And the only thing that's keeping me from that being my number one most anticipated or something like that is it has bad restraints. Yeah, that's kind of it. And then we have 3 more coasters left. So next, I'm gonna say Griffon or Valraven or Yukon Striker. And they're all pretty similar, and I've never been on a hyper dive, so pretty much any hyper dive I want to go on. And I've been on a shorter one, and the thing is crazy, and I think it would be even crazier going from so much higher up. And so yeah. So next we have a coaster that might surprise some people, but Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze, a lot of people don't consider it an elite ride, but I think it could be really good, with that backwards launch at 70 miles an hour, right? Or however fast it goes. I think it goes really fast. That top hat, and then when you go backwards up that spike, being launched up the spike, facing straight down. I mean, that seems so crazy, and I think it's definitely a really good ride, no doubt about it. So finally, we get to the last coaster on our list, and possibly the best, Fury 325. I know you all saw it coming. Fury 325 is considered the world's best steel coaster. It's a Giga, has great airtime, and there's pretty much, I've heard there's no dead moments on the ride, and the POVs definitely support that. And yeah, so it's Fury. I don't know how to put it any other way. And so yeah, I'm definitely excited to ride that, and that's a coaster I might actually ride next year. So it's more realistic things that I could ride besides Superman. And so yeah, that's my some of my most anticipated bucket list coasters. And thanks for watching, guys, and go watch my other videos and subscribe.